call this meeting to order with a pledge to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All members are present. We'll go to approval of the agenda.
Sorry, go ahead. Okay. I'll second.
Okay, here we go. Moved and supported. Any discussion, additions, deletions? All right, if none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carries. I do not have any comments tonight. Just yet. Call to the public. All right. We will move on from call to the public to adoption of the regular minutes from February 19th.
I move to adopt February 19th minutes.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any additions, corrections? Deletions. I like that. So, all right, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carries. Julie?
Okay, we had dedicated Sheriff's Department patrol for 32 hours with 53 self-initiated calls for services, 6 dispatch calls for service, which resulted in 1 report, 2 field contacts, and 6 citations. Thursday, February 5th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., 4 subdivision patrols, 3 building checks, 4 traffic stops, 3 traffic details, 1 property damage accident, 1 animal complaint, 1 traffic hazard, 1 incident report, 1 field contact, and 1 traffic citation. On Thursday, February 12th from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., 2 patrol area checks, 3 subdivision patrols, 5 building checks, 14 subdivision patrols, and 1 traffic stop. On Wednesday, February 18th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., 2 business checks, 2 subdivision patrols, 2 traffic stops, 2 patrol area checks, 1 be on the lookout for hazardous vehicle, 1 traffic detail, and 1 field contact. And Thursday, February 26th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., 2 subdivision patrols, 3 building property checks, 3 traffic stops, 3 traffic citations, and 1 animal complaint.
Well,
The only other thing is preliminary test has been done, ballots are out for the May election. So, and the public accuracy test is April 30th. And that is all that I have.
thank you. Amanda, treasurer's report.
In front of you is the balance sheet. I did receive an email today that the check for DTE is in the mail, should be received by next week. Hall rental's picking up. I settled taxes in county on Tuesday. And that's about it from the treasurer's office. Thank you.
Thank you. And I guess with that, we'll pay the bills.
I will make a motion that we pay $69,210.97 in township bills.
Moved and supported to pay the bill of $69,210.97. Any discussion?
Just as a note, the township insurance is on there, that's the Decker agency, that's the insurance, and accident fund is our workers' compensation as well. So those are the 2 things that I think there's, unless you have a question, anybody has any questions on any of the others.
Hearing none, call the roll.
Daly, aye. Miller. Aye. Parker.
Aye.
Harman.
Aye.
Bonnville.
Aye.
Motion carries. Committee reports. Amanda.
I had a meeting with Chief Faig and a representative from Senator Slotkin's office. We are up again for a potential grant for our fire truck. We were 2 years ago, but then the budget was not approved, so we did not receive that money. So we're going for it again, which would be a considerable help since the truck is like a $1.2 million truck. And will be done in about a year and a half. The bill will come due, so hopefully we can have some help paying that.
How much is the grant for?
You ask for X, and then maybe they give you X, maybe they give you less than X. Maybe they say they're gonna give it to you, and then you don't get it at all. So it all depends. There is I should have put this in the treasurer's report, but, hang on. All right, so since our last meeting, there has been 1 structure fire, 2 electrical power lines down, 3 medical calls, 1 gas leak, gas odor, 2 motor vehicle collisions, 1 citizen call, 2 trees down, and no emergency good intent. Help it, somebody with and 1 fire alarm. So we had a total of 15 calls since our last meeting into the township.
That's where somebody thinks something happened?
I think it's where somebody thinks something happened and it's okay.
Called.
And it's okay. It didn't really happen. It's not a trouble. The Livingston County Treasurers Association is having active shooter training at our next meeting, and I can bring up to 3 people from the township if anybody wants to go. It's April 14th at 9:30 in the morning. Just to let you know. I mean, if we had an active shooter here, there's not a whole lot of places to go, so I don't know. I mean, I think it'll be interesting, but throw it out there.
Yeah.
No.
Out the window, so that's what we're
Right.
Back here?
Right there.
There is. We got a door right there.
Not close enough.
Anyway, if anybody's interested and would like to go, just let me know and I can RSVP.
All right. Thank you. Jason?
Yeah, so no meeting, but we did get the corrected numbers in from Recreation, which gave us a final budget, or proposed budget anyways. A lot more adjustments than I expected, to be honest. It came in a lot higher participants that got corrected into us than I was expecting. I was expecting a few, but not as many as we got. It means it did push our residents' participation percentage from 17 last year all the way up to 20% of all participants this year. So that was the biggest change in numbers. So the total budget amount that they're requesting based on that share from us is $22,497, which is about a 3.6% raise over what it was last year. The total budget itself went up like 2.5. So part of that was eaten into that. Part of it is because our percentage went up. We were 3% more than what we were last year. So I guess so tonight I would request that the board approve that number, and also at the same time we have, since we are now on a yearly contract with them, approve that we signed the yearly contract for the upcoming year. And if you have any questions about the numbers or what came through, I'll do my best on those.
Do you, the ones that other townships say belong to us, do you check those as well?
I don't get those, actually. Yeah, he doesn't send me a correction, but I don't know that somebody would be making that up. I mean,
I'm not saying making it up, just
just not being wrong again. Yeah. I can request them.
Just curious.
It would be nice, I guess, if they could.
Okay.
Right. I mean, even if they had a compiled list, I mean, it seems like that should be something they would have in a spreadsheet.
They do. I mean, I have a list of all of the addresses, but I only search through the Iosco ones when it first comes out.
Right.
I don't look through all of the other thousands of them to see if they're us as well.
Right.
You kind of rely on everybody else to send it back to either, like when I turned in my list, there was one that I happened to know where it was because it was in Cohocton, and I know Cohocton well enough to say that was an address out there. So I filled it in for Zach, but all of the other ones goes back to Zach, and he looks them up and fills it, corrects them. Is what it's been in the past.
But I guess, so you looked over the final Iosco list yourself?
I looked over, like, other than the corrections that came in, which is probably our total numbers were, there were a total of 326 of them. I probably looked at 300 of them. And the other 26 were ones that originally came in for a Handy or a Village, and then Zach corrected them to ask, and then they said, that's not us. Those 26 I would be looking at.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing the list, I don't know, you guys, can't hurt to have another set line.
Okay. I can double check it over too.
Or that.
I can ask Zach which ones were corrected into us.
Okay. Guess other than that, any other discussion?
Oh, sweet. I can make a motion. I'll make a motion that we approve the Iosco Township portion of the Bonnville Recreation 26-27 budget for $22,497 and sign the yearly contract.
Moved and supported, any further discussion? If not, call the roll.
Bailey, aye. Harman.
Aye.
Bonneville.
Aye.
Parker.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you guys, really appreciate it. I think that the rec department's it's really been running a lot smoother this past year under this new version of how things are going. I think it's been a lot cleaner, so appreciate going forward with it.
They will get us, or you will get us the contract that we're supposed to sign, or do you sign that contract?
I think it goes to you. It might have been, I think there was a copy of it in the original, the one I sent
I got
before
it.
last month.
Yeah, I have that.
I think that one has the signature space on it. Unless it needs an updated number, if it does, I will
It has,
contact
it
Zach.
already has my signature on it.
That was.
Last year.
That's the last year's version?
Yeah, but I don't have one that requires a signature though.
Okay. I will ask Zach if it was circling and let him know that we intend to. I think we just have to opt out before April 1st if we're going to. I don't think it's actually due to be signed until
And they'll send us an
July,
invoice.
so yeah, I think we should get,
Okay, and they'll send us an invoice.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that will be in either June or July, because I think it's due July 1st.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Jason. PC update. Matt?
The Planning Commission is hoping to have some options to present to the board in the next couple of meetings for the public comment survey and consultant options for the master plan. There were some more discussions regarding data centers and other things that could possibly be included, such as battery storage, crypto mining. Chairperson Ford is working with our land planner to establish zoning ordinances for data centers and all those other inclusions. And that's all I have.
Is there any progress on people to replace Mark?
He's got some recommendations. He spoke with a firm today in Edelson today regarding the master plan, and I'm going to take that over. They're on the Grand Rapids side, but we'll have more in-depth discussion about that in our next meeting. So we'll have something to bring to the table on the master plan side, hopefully.
Thank you. Ann?
I am 3 for 3. I have 3 land use permits and 3 waivers issued. Of those 3 land use permits, one's for a new dwelling. That's all I got.
All right. Thank you. Unfinished business. Okay. I guess everyone, I think, received the information that I had sent out, right, hopefully, on the different, I guess, ideas from MTA and from Michigan State compiled law, and also draft that Debbie Hofstas has provided the township, and then a copy of one that I had put together based off of Debbie's sample. So, I guess, discussion. Anybody with thoughts?
I do. like to take off the word ethics, the ethics and leave it just as the conflict of interest policy, because I do not believe that this addresses ethics.
You're talking about the one that I updated?
Yeah, at any of
Or
them. Any of
any
it
of
is just an ethic, it's
Okay.
not, I don't believe it covers ethics. I believe it covers people's concerns with land use issues, and I don't believe ethics was discussed to the standard in which I believe it would constitute an ethics policy. So I'm fine with it being a conflict of interest policy, but I do not believe it constitutes an ethics policy.
All right. Yeah, I guess reading through it, it seems reasonable to me too. I don't see.
So would you be changing number 7 to just standards?
Yeah.
And it's okay to leave the ethics standards in there, but I still don't believe that constitutes an ethics policy. I'm fine with leaving the ethics
Okay.
standards in there. I would request that we take ethics out of the name of the policy, because
Right.
I don't believe that it does constitute an ethics policy.
Right. So you're thinking we should have a separate policy if we decide to have a separate policy that would cover the ethics aspect?
Whatever everybody chooses to do, but I do not believe, yeah, I believe this is fine. I believe the conflict of interest is what is being requested, and I believe this constitutes a conflict of interest policy. I do not believe this constitutes an ethics policy.
Oh, I have so many things.
Yeah, start over that.
Go right ahead.
Right.
I got a pen.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna start with, so I sign this, or a board member signs this. And I believe this was stated in the call to public at the last meeting, that if we had had one of these before all the solar things started, and I'll just use myself as an example, had signed this, then when I was being chewed into little pieces on Facebook and other medias, I could have pointed to this contract and said, I signed this contract with this conflict of interest policy that should settle everybody right down. I find that amazing. I don't think, if somebody's gonna question your ethics or your conflict of interest or your interest in something, me having signed this, I don't believe that it would have calmed anything down. And if that's true, if signing a contract like this is that kind of importance, then the same could have been said for, I could have signed a contract that said, I'm not taking the good neighbor money. Sign it right there, sign it in blood, sign it in whatever, I'm not taking the good neighbor money. So now, at the December meeting, I could have voted because my parents' property was not under the rezoning and I wasn't taking any money. But there's no way that I think the public would have believed that, even if I'd signed a contract. So we can have this, but I don't want to pretend this is some magic panacea that's gonna make everything okay. Because if that's true, then I could have went through those steps and I could have voted in December and done my job on this board. I don't know. I mean, this is fine, whatever you want to do. What's going to happen when, let's play out a different scenario. Let's say somebody has 300 acres and they want to put a planned residential development in. Okay, that requires special use because they're going to have less than 2 acres. They're going to have private roads. And someone on the board is, let's say, it gets approved on the board. and then a month later, someone on the board decides to go into real estate, and they become a realtor for said development. I mean, is this gonna stop that? That's not gonna stop that. It might have stopped them if they were a realtor on the board before, and that all went through. I don't know. I guess I feel like this is a little bit of a sticky wicket in that who's gonna decide what's a violation? What is the punishment? I mean, I think the punishment is you get recalled or you don't get elected again. And at this rate, we might not get elected again just because of what's happened already, whether we had this or not. I guess that is what bothers me about this. Thinking that it's I don't know, it's gonna change public opinion. I don't have any problem signing this. I don't have any problem dealing with it. I think it's redundant. I raised my right hand and said an oath to this office. And when I raised my right hand and said an oath to this office, that covered all of this. I was then going to do, to the best of my ability, this job. And there's laws about money. If I steal money out of this office, I'm going to jail. If I was getting paid by somebody and somebody finds out, I'm probably going to jail or going to be recalled. This piece of paper isn't going to change any of that. So I think it's redundant. I think this is classic government redundancy. But if it'll make some people feel better, fine. I don't know. These are my problems with this. And again, well, let's talk. Matt is probably one of our best people on this board to talk about the conditions of these roads and what needs to be done next. Who do you work for, Matt?
The road commission.
The road commission. Who are we gonna be talking about spending an awful lot of money with later in this meeting?
Yeah.
The road commission. According to this, you'll have to just sit there and abstain. You can't even give us your opinion. I have read that and it's true. It says in here, if I would have had to abstain and I would have just not been involved in the conversations. So, that's something I think we need to maybe work on. I would like Matt's opinion. If Matt wants to abstain from voting because we feel like it applies to this or it'd be inappropriate, that's fine.
Very good.
But I would like to hear those are my issues. And I'm sorry I'm a little worked up about it, but it's been a long 3 years.
You take it personal.
And I take it personal. I don't, those people who don't take it personal, that's amazing and that's a superpower I will never have.
Right.
Never ever.
Well,
So,
I mean, I understand exactly where you're coming from, believe me. I'm not far away from you, right? But that is one of the reasons why you're not gonna find in this document that I drafted, at least, this whole concept of appearance. It's, you either have a conflict or you don't. I'm not interested in what people's opinions are and what they think I'm doing, right? It's like, I'm either legitimate or I'm not. So, and to me, so that's why it's like, okay, I don't have a problem with signing a piece of paper type of thing either. I also think it is basically redundant, but I mean, I will do it if it helps, the community feel more comfortable on what the board's doing, I guess, or members of the boards are doing. I don't think it's going to prevent people with, the conspiracy theory mentality of thinking, we're doing something sneaky or whatever. So, but it's something we can do, I guess, at least.
right.
Other than
It covers
figuring out how to handle-
non-disclosure, it covers non-disclosure.
Like that.
I could see that. I'm sorry. what?
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, that's fine.
No, I was just saying, other than coming up with a way to handle a situation like we have with Matt here.
Mhm.
I'm not seeing the connection with Matt.
His employer is the road
I
commission.
understand his employer is, but what is he going to gain? His pay's not gonna change if we sign these contracts with them or not.
No,
Is it?
We could outsource this, we don't have to go with the road.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's not going to, he's not directly going to benefit or, you know,
In this case, I wouldn't, just because I don't run for Iosco Township. Now, if I were to get called in, then, you know, in the big picture, yeah, there might be 8 hours of overtime available for me throughout a week's worth of work. If the grader guy didn't come in, or they were short on project hands,
Right.
then they would call me up. So then, you know, before, might not be, but then as soon as I cross that line and I'm working, and maybe, you know, if someone by legality goes, well, you got 8 hours of additional overtime. Technically, by, you know, legality, it is kind of a conflict, you know, after you brought that up. If I didn't risk working in Iosco Township, it probably wouldn't be as bad, but I'm the next 2 townships down on Unadilla and Putnam, so it ain't nothing for me to just hop over the line. Like last year, I had to finish out Coon Lk project for the guy, because he called in, didn't want to do it.
but if you weren't here, you would be somewhere else, correct? Like, I mean, if we didn't sign any contracts with the county, you're still gonna work for the county, you're still gonna work somewhere else.
Yeah.
Your pay is not dependent on whether you get the
road
contracts
projects
from,
are not, no,
right,
no, it's not dependent on that.
right. So,
So what is the members,
Well,
the
you can't even
members,
say that.
the members' employment, contractual relationship, or property interest could be direct, so it's not, so define directly impacted by an action of Iosco Township. So conflicts of interest, number 3, the last bullet. The members' employment.
Yeah, I mean, okay, Iosco Township not using the road commission probably wouldn't affect his job.
right.
But if 2 or 3 other townships did it, the board's, county's gonna lay someone off. I mean, it is an impact. I mean, he's getting money from the county to do a job that we are hiring, that we could outsource elsewhere if we choose to. So it goes back to Amanda said, who's gonna be the judge on where you draw a line on what is conflict, right?
Who would be the judge? Would that just be discussion
Me.
of the public? You?
No.
No, I mean, who does ultimately decide that factor?
Or how do you
There isn't
define,
one on
Was that found
this.
out?
you know, define directly impacted?
I mean,
If it makes you feel any better, I drive by Iosco, go down and around, across the lake.
I mean, I guess technically I can talk to Harris, but I would imagine he's gonna say it would be up to the board itself to determine whether Matt would have to tell us, you know, it's kind of like this. You have this document or something similar that, of course, with him, it's pretty straightforward, we understand. what it
Right,
is.
so Matt
And
would,
then identify it, and then the board would say, no, the board has determined that we're not gonna identify that as a conflict of interest and move forward.
so he would fill this form out on the back, and we, as a board, we would decide if it was if it directly impacted,
I would run
Possibly.
that by Harris.
run that by
That's
Harris,
what I
but that's what we're looking
anticipate.
at.
Well, we got a couple questions for Harris to go over on this, so table it till.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, this is for discussion for tonight, I mean, we can update what we feel we should and talk to Harris and. So you were looking at that number.
The third bullet under number 3, front page.
Yeah.
I guess it is an interpretation, some way, I guess. I want Harris's opinion on that.
Right.
So that way we can blame the attorney.
All right, well, I can talk with Harris on that particular issue, and if the board has the authority to decide, we accept that conflict and move on. And I guess if we have that authority, we would have that authority in other issues then too, if we need to.
Like, if it's, right, so are you gonna ask him this violations of this policy? If it's not a violation that's against the law, it's just a violation of this policy, I would like to know if he thinks that should be a board decision as well.
All right?
Because if it's not covered by law, then,
Correct.
I think the only thing is if we cater this, like, the public asked us to do this. This wasn't on our agenda of things, unless, I guess, I never heard one of us bring this up.
Correct.
So if we cater this so that we still get to make all the decisions, then what's the point of having it? You know what I mean?
it's kind of how I started this
Right, I
conversation,
mean,
Julie,
seriously,
but.
we can put down a possible conflict and the board's the one that decides, yeah, we accept that conflict. That's, I mean, there's no
Only that it's
point
out there in the
it.
public, it's out in the open,
Yeah, it's
everybody
at-
will know about it, and they could decide to
So-
recall us.
So they're gonna FOIA these then each year? Because
Do what?
they're gonna FOIA them then each year? Because
Oh, they'll be in the minutes, won't they? They can look them up online.
that you signed it, but they're not gonna see, you're gonna sign it in a board meeting every year? And I'm gonna attach it somehow and put it in the minutes?
If you think it's gonna save the FOIAing, we could.
Yeah,
I mean,
why not?
Guess we could just scan them in and put them on.
I
mean,
mean,
we could
I
put it on
don't-
the website.
Yeah,
I
that's,
mean, it's like, it's not that,
I don't know. It just, I think that it's, yeah. I don't know. I understand what the point was, they were trying to, but when you elect people, you have to have trust in them. And that's what the whole election process is you, the majority of the citizens of that community are entrusting somebody who then takes an oath to uphold that trust. And if you can't trust them to make these decisions, to be ethical about the decisions that you, the public, the majority of the public has voted them to do, then there's recourse for that, right? But the board making up an ethics policy and making ways around the ethics policy is negating what I believe was the intent of it. And I truly believe in the oath that we all take. And there's recourse if you don't believe that, for the citizens, if you don't believe that we're upholding that oath. That's what my belief is on the whole thing. You don't have to wait out somebody's term and not re-elect them. Somebody can be recalled. So that's to say, okay, we'll have this ethics policy. You put down a conflict of interest, and the board says we accept the conflict of interest. It just, I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. I guess unless it's public then, but the public made that, or the board made that decision, and the public's the one who's supposed to, that this is for, right? This conflict of interest is for the public, it's not for us, really. Am I thinking of this wrong? Somebody, feel
Well,
free to
it's for the
explain to me
public
what
in
it
that,
is.
I agree
I
with the
think it was
statement.
just a case of, it was more in the lines with probably transparency.
They are aware of the fact that we can decide whether it's a conflict of interest or not, and that's gonna be part of the, entrusting in us, but like you said, I agree with a lot of those statements.
It's just not the way my brain works, but I have no problem signing one. I took the oath, I meant the oath with all that I am, and so if it makes somebody feel better for me to sign it, then I'm happy to sign it. But I think I've proven that.
I don't think, well, okay, I on the board at least don't feel it's a requirement for the board to do this. This is strictly something, like you said, like you believe. we're doing it because we were requested to do it. And that's fine. But we just need to make it work.
Okay.
My thoughts. Okay, so I have two things. One, I would update this and call it conflict of interest policy. And then two, talk to Harris about this whole concept of, can we, if it's not in violation of state statute, can the board, are we ultimately the one who determines if somebody has a conflict of interest or not? And then specifically, talk about the road commission issue. Any other thing in here that somebody doesn't like, would like, wants to throw it out? Well, let's not go there yet. Doesn't meet the need that we think we're being asked to do from a standpoint of conflict of interest. We won't talk about ethics, but from a conflict of interest point of view.
I'm signing it.
Yeah, your thoughts?
I'd like to see what Harris has got to say, the rest of everything, but, I mean, yeah, I don't, that's not a problem to put my hand up again and reassure that I'm not out to get anyone or line my pockets with anything. Like I said before, once I go on a moose hunt, then you need to start worrying. But until then, like, no, like, it's just a reassurance thing of transparency. There's some things to be thought about as far as like, if it is a conflict of interest and the board's got control of just going, no, it's not an interest to us and we're the ones with the say of it, then, is there a point? Like, there's a little bit more to think about into it now that some of those points have been brought up. So I would like to see what Harris has to say.
All right, well, with that in mind, then we will, I guess, table this, and I will talk to Mr. Harris on those points. Okay, road commission projects. Matt and our road commission have been nice enough to provide us with all these projects that cost a fortune for us to
With zero intent on doing all of them. But so you got an idea of where we stand for the next couple of years ago, like I see.
Basically, I went through the numbers. So everyone's aware of the projects we have. There's Coon Lake, 2 projects for a total of $288,000. And there's a Dutcher Road project that they believe should be done, right, Matt?
Yeah, well, I've spoken of today, the last time Dutcher Road was put in, and it was limestone, was in 1987. That was the last time we did Dutcher Road. So
That's
38 years ago, I know exactly, because this year I was born. 38 years since Dutcher Road has been addressed.
been a little while though, yeah.
It's actually not bad for that long.
What?
Like the
You
condition.
just did that 2 weeks ago, did you?
No, I didn't drive it 2 weeks ago. I did drive it yesterday.
Yeah, it's kind of one of our pickle roads, just, I mean, most of Lange Road, Coon Lake Road, and Munsell Road is built through our floodplains of our township, is in the bottom of a swampland, so.
Right.
Those 3 sections of road used to go on, they're gonna be a constant problem, and Coon Lake we just did last year, it's gonna be great this summer, but with the frost and those heavy swamp spots, you wouldn't think that we put fresh gravel on it last year
No,
before winter.
that's
It's just
what I thought.
the nature of the beast with the middle section of our township.
Right.
So the Dutcher Road project is another $167,000.
167.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of tree work and drainage.
Where's that from? Dutcher?
Lange to Munsell.
Yeah.
And,
So-
sorry, and Marion Township doesn't
Marion
pay
Township,
anything?
Well, this is only Lange-Munsell,
Oh,
okay?
okay.
So there's the
But
other
all of
half.
Dutcher is we have the west side.
Technically,
Yeah, it's the
technically,
To
they,
Cheif, right?
Marion believes we own all of Dutcher Drive, right?
Which is very convenient for them.
It's really, it's a really convenient thing.
Yes.
Their theory is that the townships, the township to the east owns the east line, and the township to the west owns the east line, and the township, it just, what am I saying this?
They don't have to pay their surrounding.
We would pay for the east line, Ingham, White Oak would pay for our
Kane,
west side,
yeah.
right?
Ingham County doesn't abide by the same.
It doesn't work that way. So in reality, and this is the thing where, you know, I'm kind of gradually bringing it up at our supervisors meetings as to how other people are doing this. Because what I get from Marion, for example, is that, well, it was a gentleman's agreement from who knows when. Nobody has anything in writing that I've been able to find. So it's something to address. From Coon Lake south on Dutcher Road is just a complete disaster. I mean,
That's what I was thinking of. So-
yeah, no, and that's where we need to push Marion to come to the table.
There's a lot of heavy traffic coming in with their substation on their side. Right on that
So-
section of Dutcher Road.
Yeah.
That's construction traffic goes to that yearly.
Yeah.
That's in the worst spot.
Okay. I mean, the residents on the east side are Marion residents.
Correct.
There's
Their
probably no
driveways
traffic.
come off from
Right.
Dutcher Road.
Subdivisions, everything on the
Yeah.
east side of the road.
Yeah.
But
I told them we should just do our half and then
I
that
was
would,
Just do
that
one
would,
lane.
that would work up their side and then they would go complain at their township hall. But I was told that can't be done.
Top the Greater Road only halfway, huh?
I think you could do
Well, depends on
that.
your
I
topic.
have
think
faith
we
in
go
you.
like that.
Okay, so anyway,
Okay, so
back
that's.
to
Dutcher.
numbers.
Yeah.
So it's 30,000 out of the village.
In our current road budget, we have just over $300,000. And we were gonna be spending around $80,000 on chloride this season. So you're looking at about $220,000 that we would have right now to spend on roads. And to do all three projects, it would require moving $235,000 from our general fund to finish them, which isn't as actually bad as it sounds, because I think once we reconcile our budget this year, we're probably gonna be somewhere between 120 and maybe as high as $150,000 that's gonna go into the general fund anyway.
Right.
So in reality, you know, if you're not looking to increase the general fund this year, we'd really only be pulling like 80 grand out of the general fund. We
Right.
just
To
won't
add
increase
for all
it,
three.
to do all three. So,
What's everyone's opinions on the road selections and what roads, is there other roads in the future that you think?
So when you say
High
three,
priority?
there's, Coon Lake is two different proposals, but you're saying them as one? Is that how you come up with three?
no,
Two
no,
different
no,
sections.
they're two Coon Lakes and one Kane, or one Dutcher.
Dutcher.
Right, but we have Kane too, so that's why.
Yeah, Kane would have to be next year.
Okay, so no, not this year. Okay, I'm right on that.
In fact, and I apologize, I think I used the number for Kane when I was talking to 187. Dutcher is actually 167.
Okay. That's
No,
what I
you
need.
said 167,
Yeah.
that's what I wrote down.
Okay, so we're saying Dutcher and the two Coon Lake projects. I'm clear now, thank you.
Yes. And I think it's appropriate personally to do. You know, the only other spots that I saw in that street, there's like a spot on Lange, just like there's usually a spot on all roads, right? That
Frost.
tends to fall apart more than others.
Yep.
And,
West of the bridge?
yeah,
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's something else to address in the future too.
so,
We're getting caught up on pound for pound compared to other townships. You know, Tyrone and Osceola, they put quite a bit into the roads, but go drive around the rest of the roads in the county and we're sitting in pretty good shape compared to everywhere else. Really good shape.
that's not what the residents call and tell me, but thanks.
No, it doesn't, I think that's an appropriate use of general fund money to bump into it. Spend the road millage and then bump into it a little bit. I mean, we have it and that it should be used for this.
I don't know if I dare make the motion after the.
You don't have to. There's four other of us on here that can do it. Are you looking for a motion for all of these projects?
Sooner we're on the schedule, the sooner it gets done, and we enjoy the summer with it.
Yes?
I think it's.
Do you want them individually? All in one?
I don't think they have to be individual, do they?
Oh, it's kind of hard for the minutes to not have them individual. Or unless we just say I can figure it out. It doesn't matter. Whatever you guys want to
However
do.
you'd like to do it, I mean.
I can figure
Well,
out.
I don't have to motion, oh, I added the chloride. Do you have a total for these? Do you have a total that does not include the chloride?
For which sections is it?
For the, I mean, I could do the, I guess I don't have to put money into the thing.
Total is $455,000
For just the 3 projects?
for the 3 projects.
Say that one more time.
$455,000.
All right, I make a motion that we spend $455,000 to, for road maintenance on 2 portions of Coon Lake Road and on Dutcher Road between Lange and Munsell. This will be spending our road maintenance budget and into general fund.
A second.
Moved and supported to spend $455,000 for road repair this season on the 3 projects, 2 on Coon Lake, 1 on Dutcher, and use money from the general fund to make up the difference of what we have in the current budget. Any further discussion? If not, call the roll.
Bonnville,
Aye.
Miller, Harman,
Aye.
Parker,
Aye.
Daly, aye.
Thank you, Matt.
Yes.
Okay, on to new business, Township News Letter.
We would like to include a newsletter in with the trash bill. On the newsletter, Julie would like to put some information about Precinct 1 being up at the Precinct 2, sorry, being up at the Baptist Church this year. Did you want any other miscellaneous election? Just that? I mean, anything else. It could be anything else you feel you should know. I would also like to include on it, we have our resident Jacqueline Hill, who is doing the seed share and giveaway again here at the Township Hall. It's going to be in April this year. We're hoping that's a little earlier to help people get things started. And I'd like to include that on the newsletter. Anything from assessing, zoning?
Yeah, we can put a little blurb in there.
Okay. I'm sorry, I did not get a price from Econoprint. I think the last time we did a newsletter, it was a couple $100 because we're already sending out the trash bill, so it's just a piece of paper that he pulls up for them. So
It would be worth adding in a little memo to all the parents of any children in the area that the Nature Center is now going to be equipped with a very high-dollar security system, and that any vandalisms will be fully prosecuted.
absolutely. Do you have someone who would write that up? Or is that something we need to write up?
You just word it however you want, but we're going to start prosecuting. We've got a very fancy security system KW, or Pollock was going to install. We're going to start them and the kids.
Okay.
This could be the parents, because that's ultimately probably whose fault it is, but,
Right.
yeah, get a little
All
warning
right,
that
so-
prosecutions will start.
Probably what I'll do is I'll write something up and I'll email it. Do you want,
You can send it to me, or
you and Deb want to
yeah,
look
send
it
to
up?
Deb, too.
Okay.
Joe, you wanted something about the tires remember you were talking about the tires and putting up the notice?
Yeah.
About that.
I guess I was actually kind of thinking about, does the township want to establish any kind of a reward even for dumping? You know?
Like catching people dumping?
Yeah, I mean, if I could, you know, it's like, okay, it just seems like springtime comes along, people know, right, we're on the agenda today, right, to go through 4th Street with the spring cleaning. And it just seems like all of a sudden, there's big items that get dumped along the road, right, in the spring. And that is not the intent of this spring cleaning thing, right? I mean, literally, I mean, there's 2 tires like showed up on the side of the road between Trinity Church and our house. I'm like, right, that's not random, right? Somebody threw them out. I mean, they're not even, they weren't even tires. They were the outside ring. Sidewalls were there. This is just the tread. I'm like, okay.
All right, but I don't think they're purposely thinking, oh, Iosco doesn't clean up, so we're gonna dump them now.
I don't
I
know.
think they just dump them. Don't you think they just dump them, like, end of thought?
I don't know.
Okay, it's possible. It's possible. It's better than the year there was a hot tub.
It just seems
so-
more incidents this time of year.
Gotcha. Sure.
Has the township ever discussed having a day to do stuff like that? Conway Township does it, I think Conway does it.
Cahata does, I know that.
They just do
They
it.
just have it, they do or don't, I don't know. if
It's,
that's how it works.
I don't know if they do it through Granger, they bring, somebody brings dumpsters. And here's the dumpster for tires, here's the dumpster, it's kind of like Livingston County has this waste, whatever, but it's tires and whatever. Yeah, large items, like instead of a large item pickup, you could do a large item day, I guess.
It's gonna be kind of difficult with our parking situation though, because you're gonna put all the dumpsters in and then you're gonna tie up Bradley Road.
What if we did it at the ball fields?
Oh, maybe,
Yeah.
If they would donate that or allow us to do it once.
to use it for one day.
You got plenty of room in
Spring
there.
ball, right?
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they.
Could we,
I'm just,
Depends when
And
it
do they
starts,
have
when
it
you
in-
do it.
fall?
yes, there's small ball too. Baseball is, there's some. I think right now is high school, but do you know, is the FJPA, do they play right now?
They're starting out
Disbanded.
soon.
They are,
Anyway, yeah,
About the newsletter.
about the newsletter, yeah.
Okay, but you don't think we could get a couple of them out there? And maybe
Maybe
make
I'm
it a,
concerned about,
like back
we're
when,
gonna just gridlock Bradley and Iosco with people trying to drop off.
think we're gonna get that many people?
Oh, yeah, I mean, Cahata,
Do they get
Barb's,
this cocked together? I've never been.
Cahata, talk to Barb, they get a ton of people.
Yeah, it's backed up for
And it's,
30,
Yeah.
40 cars at a time.
Really?
yeah, it's
All
just
the
like
way
when you
down
go to
there,
any
all
of
the
the
way down
county
there.
stuff, there's a line. I think that's why they went to appointments for the electronics recycling, because you used to just show up.
Oh, and it got too
And they
chaotic.
did it at the road commission, and it would be lined all the way out to Latin Road, or it'd be going the other way on Grand Oaks, and now you have to have an appointment.
I think Howell Township does it. I think it's Howell Township because they just dropped off a trailer from my in-laws and they have it taken to Mr. Garbage or whatever right on Burkhardt Road there. And you gotta just show your license of proof of residence that you're in that township, and then you can bring your trailer and drop it off. And I'm assuming they just pay the garbage man or whoever that company is right there, whatever they agreed upon price is, and it might be worth asking how they do theirs. They do it twice a year, I think. Electronics and then garbage, and they just take trailers right in there and
Huh. And who does that? Howell
I
Township?
think it's Howell, right, that's Howell at the airport, right? Howell Township, so yeah. At least that's what I was under the impression when I was dropping the trailer off, is that it's for the township. And I go, well, cool, you got your idea, I'm gonna throw TV in here.
Right, I was just gonna say, clearly they were with you.
It was using the trailer, I just remember.
I know, but I'm saying you showing your ID to.
Oh, no,
yeah, you
I
did-
dropped the trailer off and they took
And
care of the rest.
they showed the.
I can find out some information on that, or ask them to verify.
Yeah, why don't you? Because that would be certainly easier than trying to have a day. All right, back to the newsletter.
I'll make a motion.
That we do it?
Yeah.
Good. Make it, and then if anybody else has anything else, any other ideas, things? Erin, got anything you want on the newsletter?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay, well,
When
you've
does it
got,
go?
I want to get garbage letters out the second week, if not earlier of April, so
Mine are
pretty
written.
chop here.
It's in the X drive.
Okay. But, think of something in the next couple days.
So I'll make a motion to approve the expense of putting a newsletter in the trash bill.
A second.
Do it not to exceed, or?
We can not exceed 500.
Sure.
All right, moved and supported for adding a newsletter to the trash bill at not to exceed $500. Any further discussion? If not, call the roll.
Bailey, aye. Miller,
Aye.
Parker,
Aye.
Harman,
Aye.
Bonnville.
Aye.
ACD Metro Act.
Yes, we got a request late last month for a Metro Act right-of-way permit extension. You guys all have it in front of you. They're requesting an extension.
How do we,
They bought out Charter. No.
they bought out Charter?
All right, I'll make a motion that we accept the Metro Act right-of-way permit extension.
I'll second.
Moved and supported to accept the Metro Act right-of-way permit extension for ACD. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carries. Gorski Hauling, spring cleanup.
Don't say it too loud, we're gonna get much stuff in there.
Yeah, I know, my conspiracy theory.
It is nice having a clean looking roadside road for a little while in the summer.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to accept Gorski's hauling spring cleanup proposal for his estimated costs. I need to label all these costs or just the estimated costs?
Yep, just estimated. Just estimated.
The estimated cost of $3,800.
Which did not go up from last year, I'm a little surprised.
I'll second it.
Moved and supported. Any further questions or discussion? If not, call the roll.
Miller,
Aye.
Bailey, aye. Parker,
Aye.
Harman,
Aye.
Bonnville.
Aye.
Motion carries. Fee for refuse collection for 26-27.
Yes, we could have $229 per cart this year, that is the non-subsidized price, and $153 for the subsidized first cart price, please.
Is that a motion?
Sorry, I would like to make a motion that we charge the residents $153 for the first cart per household for the entire year. And any additional carts will be $229 per cart for the entire year.
And that's keeping basically the 2/3, okay. Yep.
Yes, that is maintaining the 2/3.
I'll second that.
Moved and supported to keep our subsidized rate the same as the township paying for the 1/3 of the garbage disposal per cart, for the first cart. No help on the second cart.
No help on the second.
Any further discussion? All right, none, call the roll.
Bonnville,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Harman,
Aye.
Parker,
Aye.
Bailey, aye.
Motion carries. had several lawn care places. Basically, we have our current individual, CJ, who is kept the price the same. He's at $12,000 for the season. And then we have the next in line, I guess you'd say price-wise, is Carson out of Stockbridge. And he would come in 33 weeks between the middle of April, second week of April, and the end of November is what he quoted as, would come out to $15,180. So that's $3,180 more. Then we got a quote from Strong's Lawn Service, which is $700 per week. And he didn't put down an estimate, I just estimated him as May 1st to the end of October even. And even shortening it up from the other guy, he's already at $18,200 for.
Did you guys feel like he did any better or worse than prior years, last year?
It seemed typical to me. I mean, we did raise the fence off the ground when we had the wall put in so he could trim under it. And I think that improved his performance, but that would help anybody. Sure. So you're not trying to trim against a chain link fence.
I don't know, I remain unimpressed, I guess. And I think he blows the grass under the walkway. I think whenever we've ever asked him to trim anything, he just blows it out, if he even out into the parking lot. I don't know. I'm not super thrilled. And yes, this is, what is that, 3,000?
I mean, to me, I'm not, yeah, it's $3,180. I'm probably not as picky.
Correct. I'm still mad he broke that post and then
Yes.
didn't replace it and didn't replace it and didn't replace it. And then finally, I had to get the one out of the shed and to make him replace it. I'm like, dude, you broke it.
Right.
And then just shoved it back in the ground and it was like this tall.
Yes.
I don't, he just isn't, his work ethic is not fantastic. I don't think he does it. And I don't, you know, I don't know.
I mean, the reason I would think about wanting to spend personally another $3,100 is, I think maybe these other people, and I would have to call them, because I didn't get a chance to call them today, this just came in, would be as if he's willing to quote additional work, right? I mean, he quoted mowing, basically. You know, and we talked about having somebody actually like trim, and, you know, if we wanted to have the cemeteries like improved by like cutting back some of the overgrowth on bushes and things like that. I mean, I don't think CJ is ever gonna, or let's say, he hasn't indicated he would do that in the past.
Right,
So-
it's things, that's something he could have asked
He
if we
dumps it in
needed
the
it
road.
done,
Right.
and he doesn't want to do it.
Right.
Otherwise, I mean, he's not looking for extra work.
Right, but I don't know if this
does
company
say-
would do it either.
It says estimates prices shown reflect weekly mowing, trimming as needed, and blowing,
Right.
Bi-weekly.
and bi-weekly.
Looking at their Facebook page, they do landscaping.
They do landscaping.
They do trip, you know, they would,
Property maintenance.
yes.
So, yes.
So, with an understanding that it's $3,180 plus, you know, whatever they would charge to do that
Or
extra
is it
stuff.
storm cleanup or something in the cemetery that we may face, or something like that, you're saying, additional?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, right now, you know, if limbs fall, they get basically moved to the edge of the cemetery. You know, the cemeteries both have kind of like refuge zones, I guess you would say. right, where leaves end up, or the county ditch, you know, type of thing, where leaves end up.
No, you do them straight, they right in the middle of the road.
Well, or that. Cars will scatter them, right?
That's what makes the road go back. Yeah.
The leaves need to go.
Well, yeah, it's just like, it's a compost pile
It's
underneath
organic
the
matter
grade.
where it shouldn't be.
Grass clippings, the grass clippings do it even quicker than leaves.
If you cut Carsons to 26 weeks, he's coming right in and just done it.
Correct. I mean, and I could talk to him on that too. I mean, I can't imagine why he thinks he's gonna be mowing to the end of November,
Yeah,
right?
none of us really do that.
So, if you would like, I mean, we have, I mean, he's not gonna need to mow before our April meeting. I can talk to him and see, and what we can do about his time frame.
So the only thing was, right, CJ said he was gonna start on the cemeteries, did you talk to him about that?
I haven't talked to him, no.
Okay, because remember I forwarded you his email, and he said he was gonna start cleaning up he assumes for some reason that he had it and wanted to start clean up on the cemeteries while it was still nice out.
When was that?
I sent.
No, I mean, when was it nice out?
Oh, I don't know, I'm just saying.
I will call him,
Okay.
yeah.
If he said no extra charge, but I wanted to get a jump on the cemetery.
Yeah, I will call
You make a motion to
him.
accept.
I mean,
Do you want?
well, do you want to accept it, or do you want me to follow up with him?
Or you're gonna, so you're gonna follow up with the additional charge? Or we just assume that you would do the additional charges if we needed stuff along the way?
Well, I think he probably would, like Amanda said, they do.
Property maintenance, so.
Yeah, property maintenance. I'm more of looking at is cutting down this 33 weeks.
Okay.
To get that 15,180 down.
So if we wait until next month's meeting, that still gives him ample time, or CJ too, if you go like.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Anyway.
they're not gonna be mowing before April 20th. Have they ever?
I know the first check goes out to CJ he comes in the first Thursday of the month, and it starts in April. His contract starts April 2, right?
April 1st?
Yeah, so he would be here the first Thursday in April to pick up a check, I assure you.
Mhm.
So I think we kind of have to either tell him to wait, or, I don't know, because isn't his April through?
April 1st through November 30th.
Yeah, so, you're talking about CJ, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, something has to be done with him, because he's gonna be here in 2 weeks to pick up a check.
I don't see why they wouldn't drop it if it's on our request, why wouldn't they, we don't need to do 33 weeks, we want to do.
Right, there's
28
nothing
weeks.
in there, I mean, yeah, I guess, it's an estimate. he
And he's
said.
telling, yeah, it's weekly cost of that.
You know, I have a tough time spending another 3180 for just mowing.
I agree.
The 3180 could go to us paying a third party to come and do trimming and cleaning.
Make a motion, huh?
They don't typically want me to.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, typically the supervisor is supposed to remain impartial, but
If you cut off November, if you just don't, I mean, it says November 1st snow.
When we get
There's,
snow
I mean,
before that,
there's 16, again, but there's 1,600, so now you're only spending 1,600 more than CJ. Is 1,600 worth better job?
I guess if it's a better job, yes.
If it's a better, well, we're never gonna know
right.
You're right.
unless we try it. I don't know, we have a brand new fence out there that we spent a lot of money on that I would like to see it mowed nicely around.
So you would entertain a motion that would be for the price being reduced to based on ending at the beginning of November?
Yeah,
How many weeks is that?
that makes it more palatable.
That would cut off 4 weeks, so that would make it 29 weeks, right?
Starting when?
Starting April 13th.
Second week of April.
Yeah,
is the estimate.
I said April 30th, yeah, which was like the start of the second week. Was that Rachel?
13,340 for 29 weeks.
13, 3, 4. Would you like to make that motion?
Sure. I will make a motion that we accept the lawn mowing bid from Carsons Services LLC, however, with the amendment that it be for 29 weeks or less, starting the second week of April, if the grass is long enough by then.
Second.
Moved and supported to contract Carson Services for lawn care for a 29-week maximum season. Any further discussion? What are you smiling about? Call the roll.
Bonnville,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Harman, Parker,
Aye.
Bailey, aye.
Motion carries.
So, can I just, I should have asked this prior, I apologize. So, it's 13,340, right? Is that the amount you want me to put in there?
I mean, that's what I'll utter in the budget, so I guess,
Okay.
sure.
And, I'm gonna request that you make that phone call.
Not a problem,
Thank you.
because I got to call CJ anyway.
That's what I mean.
Oh.
That phone call, that phone call.
Okay. Yes, I will call.
Okay.
Chloride Solutions.
Yes, their prices haven't changed.
I was gonna say, this is exactly the same
It
as
is.
last year's.
And I did contact the county. I'm sorry, is it okay to start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
They are paying for the first application again, so it's just 2 applications. So, same as last year. So I can do it. Clerk, I can make a motion to accept the quote from Chloride Solutions at an application rate of 0.229 per gallon for 9,500 gallons per load for the dust control for 2026. The approval of 2 applications, and any rate increases will require board approval, because it says on the bottom, that bottom paragraph, due to changes occurring in our industry, the price quoted may be amended as necessary. So I said they can't, I always put the clause in there that they can't amend it without our approval, the board's approval.
I'll second that.
Moved and supported to contract Chloride Solutions for dust control again this year. Any further discussion? If not, call the roll.
Bailey, aye. Harman,
Aye.
Bonneville,
Aye.
Parker,
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Budget comments.
Is that just things we want to talk about now and not at the budget meeting?
Yeah, I mean, if you had a chance to look this over, I mean, Julie handed me, a document today with some markups on it that I was going to incorporate. I mean, if people are seeing things that they don't think are quite right or would think ought to be adjusted, let me know, and I'll have it all set for you. I'll have it, taken care of for the 26th. So, yeah, it was more just I wanted to be sure everyone had it and felt free to
Okay,
make comment.
gotcha.
has anything, feel free to, outside of the meeting, send me your comments if you have them. I have no issue with that. And then with that, we'll go on to board member comments. Matt?
I have nothing.
Here.
I went to the MTA Capital Conference on Tuesday, and it was pretty interesting. There was a lot of talk about these bills and preemption for the housing and stuff. I did bring this, if you guys want to scan it, you may have seen it going around. They're looking for local leaders to go on there and sign basically like a petition to try to keep these things at bay. Yeah, it was interesting.
This is the mobile, allowing a mobile home everywhere and
The house.
the minimum.
Associations that you
Like
can
this.
use and all that stuff.
There's a new bill or an addition to the bill too that they wanna let you stay in campgrounds as long as you want now too.
Okay.
Which I thought was
I read
interesting.
That's some affordable housing.
Right?
As if the, it's
Yeah.
not hard enough to get into a campground.
Right?
Covered her that.
Never get into them.
Huh.
There's a lot of stuff in those bills that
Yes.
we should be concerned about.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
Thank you.
Amanda?
Nothing, thank you.
Julie?
The only thing, the voter ID cards for precinct 2, the change will happen once April 1st. We're just waiting for the new budget, but those new voter ID cards are gonna go out the 1st of April to all those residents so that they are receiving. So they'll be getting their new voter ID card pretty close to the same time they'll be getting the trash bill. So it might actually make it so they get the trash bill first and then maybe a week later, I guess. Now that I'm thinking through it, so they had some warning if they made an attempt to open the trash bill and read it, that the new voter ID card
Would
instead,
be coming.
yes. But we budgeted for, it's in the
At
budget
the
for
top of
the,
the
You want Julie's to go first? No,
It's
I'm
vo- it's
kidding.
voting.
It is, we can put voting first, it's fine. I see postage might go up again
oh, I had
to 98 cents.
$98.
That's what I saw, 98 cents. Right? I didn't know, I don't know how much postage you buy for elections. I know you have 3 elections
do,
this
well, we
year.
already sent out ballots for this election. So
Right,
that's
I don't know how much postage you'd like to
Okay.
pre-buy before this
The
happens.
only problem is it's the weight of the ballot, it's the weight, I can't, it all depends on how much the ballot weighs, you know what I'm saying?
If someone wanted to buy 5,000 stamps at one time, can you buy it for all 5,000 at one time?
I do not look at the postmaster, do I?
So, I mean, you thinking you might have to just take them in and have them
That's what I always do.
do as custom?
Well, I always take a
I
ballot
did-
in, have them weigh it.
one ballot, and
Yes,
then do
take one
stamps.
ballot in, have them weigh it, and then I buy the stamps for the ballots.
Gotcha.
Still, I mean, they're forever stamps. If we bought, like Matt said, 5,000 stamps, those still be cheaper.
Because you
That's
need
true.
We
one,
have the budget for that.
you
Yeah.
need one, well, that's
It's
what,
time to do it.
Yes,
I mean,
I'm just saying.
I
we
mean,
can do it, but-
you know, I hope it was fake news I saw, but I don't think so.
Probably.
You know, and it probably wasn't the way they
Hold up.
go up all
Well,
the
if
time.
we approve something, just, let's not say, I mean, just say postage, so that I can try and figure out what a ballot has weighed in the past, or what it might weigh, so that we don't have to get them all in the single regular stamp. You know what I mean? Because we buy postcard stamps, we buy
Yeah,
various stamps. I don't want to have to get them all in
right.
normal.
no, we can just do postage, but I mean, yeah, try and get a rough idea.
Right.
It'd be better than money in the bank. How much do they go up every year?
I'm
Right?
afraid,
$100,000.
don't tell anybody we're buying postage, we'll get robbed, we'll break into the township hall and steal stamps.
Right.
We probably should put them in the safe, though, honestly, like if we buy a bunch,
Oh, yeah.
we'll have to put them in the safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Nice. Wow. I have no comments. Second call to the public.
I have a question about the road millage that you not the road millage, the road expenses that you had approved, is that coming out of the 25 budget or is that the 2026 budget?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah, but we have money in the current road fund, road millage fund,
Okay,
so.
okay.
It was collected in 25, 26, it'll be spent in
Oh, yeah.
26,
I
27.
understand,
Is that,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I just didn't know if the funds were already there in 25, so that we.
Yep, they're
in
there.
25, okay.
Anybody else? Yes.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. I will. All right, thanks. Thanks for the discussion on the code of conduct, or conflict policy, conflict of interest policy on that. So Julie and Matt especially, 100% agree with you. When somebody is elected into a position, the expectation is that you can trust them. We know where we're at in political times right now, I'm not getting into that, and public trust can erode on that. So I did vote for the both of you, and I do trust the both of you. I voted for 4 of the 5 of you on that, so appreciate everything that you do on this. This draft policy that was put out there, was issued with positive intent. So I want to make that very clear. It's about transparency and just another level of that, because we need to bring this community together. If that's personalized at all, I can't speak to that, but it truly was and is submitted with positive intent for the benefit of this board and our community. So, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
There's a young lady.
Oh,
Go ahead. All right, I'll go. Good evening, my name is Kristina Lyke, and I am running for the Circuit Court Judge right here in Livingston County. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself. I actually was raised in Whitney. I grew up there. I worked several jobs to put myself through school, undergrad. I worked at Alpine Groceries in Hamburg. It's not there anymore. It's the post office, but maybe perhaps that won't be there anymore because of the stamps being so high. But I also worked as a trustee. I was elected at age 19 in the village of Pinckney. I did so many things. I was a substitute teacher during the time period here for Pinckney School District. I attended church in Hamburg. I worked at Bush's in Pinckney. And also Wendy's in Brighton. What have I done since then? I graduated from law school, which is, it's great, but didn't get to pass the bar, right? But so I have 20 years of experience, right? 20 years of experience of family law, criminal law, constitutional law, motion practice, and I'm also a litigator. So that means that you have to go in front of the judge every time, make sure that you're prepped and ready to go, and you have everything taken care of, and you know the Michigan court rules, you know the Michigan evidence rules. So it's very important to have that in a candidate, because whoever gets this position, they're going to have to judge that. And so what is a circuit court? Why is it so important to have a circuit court judge? It's because the fact is they hold important matters, right? They actually make judgments on your families, criminal law, contracts, property, right? That's why it's so important. And this position is a nonpartisan position. And it was Judge Geddes' spot, and I like to say that she retired. So, because I'm getting older too. But this one thing though I want to say is this, is while I've been practicing throughout the years, you look at what you've done through the community, and I know all of you have done things for the community. As a trustee, you're the town hero one day and you're just the enemy the next, right? I had that. I mean, as a trustee, I received the police raise, so I was fortunate to do that. But while I was practicing, I actually helped a lot of veterans. I was a criminal defense attorney, but I started my career right here in the prosecutor's office under David Morse. And I'm also a family law attorney, a certified parenting time coordinator, and I believe I'm the only one that's certified as a parenting time coordinator, which you have to take a lot of classes about mental health. And we have a lot of mental health issues that are going on in the court system. And a lot of individuals have drug problems and alcohol problems. They have those issues. So I'm gonna cut this short tonight, but with all my knowledge and the experience that I have, I wanna make sure that we talked about oath tonight. We followed that oath. I followed that oath as a judge. And make sure that everyone gets a fair chance in the courtroom, that it's fair and impartial, that we're not bringing politics in the courtroom, and that I abide by the rule of law and the US Constitution and the federal Constitution. That's very important to have. In addition, it's about the people's courtroom. And people forget that sometimes because it's about family matters, and sometimes we don't get to be heard as a defense attorney or a family law attorney right away. We need to make sure that we take care of our families and the community around us, and make sure that we do a good job for the folks in the community. And if you have any questions, please feel free. Stop by, I'll be over here. I also have my petition here, but I will state this, if you have signed a petition already, don't sign another one for the same office because, well, it's against the election law. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Thank you.
I have one question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
One more. It's okay. I was waiting. Will you be including in the newsletter anything about the new slide that was donated?
Oh, my
I
goodness.
think it would be nice. Like,
That would be, yes. We
Thank you.
are gonna do like a
ribbon.
ceremony, ribbon cutting, unveiling, however, whatever we do for slides, yeah. But this summer, but you're right, we probably really won't have a date, maybe do a watch for the slide opening.
Coming soon?
Coming soon to the park and
Right.
check the website for the slide ribbon cutting.
Thank
No,
you.
that's a good idea. Okay.
Thank you.
Making us look bad.
I'm not gonna do another speech or anything, I promise. I just wanted to tell you, I noticed that you said something earlier about the fire truck. I don't know if you talked to Congressman Barrett, but I just heard that there was a grant over in another township, so possibly you could.
Yeah, we're gonna hit up, there's 3 of them. It's Slotkin's, Barrett, and, yeah, they all have X amount that they can submit that then goes to the guy explained it all. It's quite the process, but, yes,
It is.
we are gonna try and hit up multiple, so that
Okay.
hopefully we get a few more tickets in the raffle, so to speak. But
Those fire
yes,
trucks
thank
are
you.
very expensive, so.
Yeah, they're incredibly expensive, yeah.
Your motion's still on the floor?
It is.
Second,
You're doing that.
did you second it already?
Yeah. Moved and supported to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you all for coming.